What would you say is absolute poison to life/society? Crabs in a bucket mentality. People ridiculing or just discouraging others' improvements makes everything worse. Bertrand Russell nailed it with, "The whole problem with the world is that fools and fanatics are always so certain of themselves, and wiser people so full of doubts." Opinion masquerading as journalism. The near worship of celebrities and the powerful. Infinite scrolling. Corporate influence on government policies. The monetization/commodification of every little thing. Kinda broad, but an example is the pressure to capitalize on your hobbies and have a side hustle, because even working full-time for so many folks isn't enough to be comfortable anymore. Sure, it's nice to make extra money if you can and you enjoy it, but the fact that it's almost expected nowadays as part of a no excuses grind culture mindset, i.e. well, why don't you do XYZ on the side if you need more money, instead of questioning why tons of people working full-time are in poverty, is beyond concerning. Parents who don't love their kids, and had them just like, why not? I've been stuck at home for the last 10 days with a sick toddler, so I'm gonna say Cocomelon. Edit. Thank you for the awards, folks, and the upvotes. I think my most upvoted comment before this was like 350. Also, thanks everyone who made recommendations. Definitely gonna try Bluey and number blocks this morning, those got a ton of recs. Edit 2. A surprising number of people called out my parenting abilities based on this comment. I tended to get snarky back at them, which isn't fair. But I do find it strange how many people seem to think I'm a slack dad because my baby was very sick and I let her watch what she wanted most of the time, which wasn't always Coco. I'd say that only amounted to a third of her screen time. But it was the third I despised the most. Obviously I don't just dump her in front of the TV and put on Cocomelon all day long, especially when she's feeling good, but I didn't know. I thought it was okay to let the rules slide a bit when they're sick and it's just the two of us. Can't even go outside cause of all the snow. Anyways, just felt I had to defend myself from a shockingly large amount of people hinting that I was a shitty parent over this. Everybody has to be right, has always been the problem. Edit. I didn't believe this to explode like this. This feels somewhat funny. The plastic pollution. Social media. Greed, that's it. 99% comes back to greed. Tim. Social media and influencers. 1. Social media. People choose to sacrifice their own future in order to look perfect to people they do not even know or care about. 2. Influencers. -90% of the so-called influencers nowadays are nothing more than a marketing tool. People that scream at their own followers with a megaphone in order to boost some corporation's annual earnings. Not to mention the lack of hashtag ad or hashtag sponsored labels, disinformation, and it's more effective and faster than I would have never imagined. I grew up believing that democracy inoculated the USA from propaganda and disinformation. Nope. Housing as speculative investment/rent seeking. How many times do we have to go through oversaturated housing markets crashing the entire economy before we just outright ban this unproductive wealth siphon? Social media. I genuinely think that it causes nothing but problems. And I know it's kinda hypocritical to say that while still being on social media, but my thoughts are I don't want it to exist, but if it's going to, I don't want to be the only one not on it and missing out. And I'm pretty sure that's the same thoughts that influence tweens to get on it in the first place. It's lonely to feel like you're the odd one out. Especially when you're younger. The polarizing effect of social media algorithms and their tendency to give popular viewing to fringe extremist creators. Celebrity culture. Greed. Abuse, domestic, child, animal. Edit. Psychological too. People prioritizing profit over ethical behavior. Refined sugar. Surprised no one has said alcohol. Materialism and extreme wealth. People who have extreme wealth usually have a lot of power, but are completely out of touch with how their decisions affect life for the rest of us. My brother's stank-ass breath. The need for stardom and popularity. Anti-intellectualism and the profound widespread influence of misinformation. Unnatural and impossible beauty standards. Climate change. Eradication of wildlife/plant life. Facebook. Our entire approach to food. Particularly in the United States. Facebook. People whose entire personality is their politics. Arsenic. TikTok. Greed. Murder. Deceit. Me. Working 8+ hours, 5x a day to earn just enough to survive for your pay period and be expected to take your breaks at dedicated times and adhere to strict work policies because you're just a rat in the rat race. Politics, literally became a part of the entertainment industry and now everyone thinks they're an arbiter of truth and knowledge. Remember, the top comment on today's video will make it into tomorrow's video. Be sure to answer the question in the comments below.